So this is from Total Pro Sports. All 32 teams' most underrated move of the offseason. The Browns trading for Jerry Jeudy. Jeudy was stuck with awful quarterback play most of his tenure in Denver, but he should finally go off and emerge as a consistent 1,000-yard receiver with his new team. And I would add to that the contract extension when he signed it, when he gave it to him, perfect, because the wide receiver market, as we expected, blew up. And you also wrote an article, so take us through this. You expect him to be one of the breakout players for the Browns in 2024.
Yeah, that contract looks a lot better now, doesn't it? Like, not that it looked terrible a couple weeks ago, but my goodness, Andrew Berry did this with David Njoku as well, where if he sees a path with a guy that because you're paying for what he's going to do, not what he has done. And if he sees a path, he's going to pay somebody early and get ahead of the market. And he really got ahead of the market, especially if, like this article said, and like I've said, I think Jeudy goes for over 1,000 yards. That would be the first time he's done it. He had over 900 yards a couple of years ago, so he's been close. But could you imagine with where these contracts are going if they had waited and he goes out and he does become the breakout player of the year that I think he's going to be? And then you're probably talking at least 5 to 10 million annually more potentially, especially the way these contracts have been handed out, and they're still Jamar Chase still needs to get paid. But with Jerry Jeudy, they brought in somebody they just really didn't have at the wide receiver position. And that's somebody that can really create yards after the catch and that can be creative and explosive and dynamic with the ball in their hands in the open field. You've gotten some of that from David Njoku, so they do have that in a sense. They have it in a tight end. But, Amari Cooper, like he does some good things after the catch, those sort of things, but he's more of a be where he needs to be, make a great catch, go down kind of guy. Where now you've got Jeudy, who does most of his damage in the slot, which is something they've not had a true blue slot wide receiver in several years now. And you just got a guy out there where I think something that's interesting that Deshaun Watson said a couple of weeks ago, talking about taking what the defense gives him. Well, that's perfect when you're looking for a guy like Jerry Jeudy because, hey, he's running this crosser, you dump it down to him, he takes a 5 yard play and he makes it 20 yards. And that's exactly what Jeudy excels at. And that's exactly what Watson needs to do more of in 2024 that he hasn't done. And that's just taking what's there and getting the ball into players' hands that know what to do with it afterwards. And I think Jeudy brings that we have not seen in Cleveland, and that for that reason, I think he breaks out in 2024.